I was just recently looking at the company called Pandora. Pandora went through 200 no's before they found their first yes to invest into them. It took 3 years to go through that process. And if you ever asked the CEO, the founder of Pandora, what was the most exciting part of building that company, Tim would say it was the journey. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about right now, is the idea of the journey. There's so much competition when it comes to being on television today. And to be on TV, it's a tough, tough gig. Having your own TV show, even being, by the way, a YouTuber, which a lot of TV people don't like that term, but it's an important term to know because YouTubers make a lot of money. I'm not sure if you know that. Christina's joining us. It's Cindrich, right? Mm-hmm. And you are, when you say a host, because you're a two-time Emmy-winning producer and host, what's a host?
I host my own shows. So I just talk to my audience. Kind of I carry the show through, like, along.
But it's you. A host really defines what the feel of the show is, right? Hosting your own shows, is that what you've always wanted to do?
I've always wanted to do all aspects of the business. I'm just really comfortable on camera. Actually, not as much in this kind of setting.
Because there's no audience, right? There's no audience.
Yeah, no script, no, you know.
It's just you.
Yeah, and talking about myself, which is also very weird. But I've always enjoyed being a host. I was an actress in LA for 9 years.
Is there a difference between an actress and a host?
Absolutely.
What's the difference?
Well, actress, I was playing a role, and host, I was myself.
You're playing yourself. Yes. Which one's easier?
Hosting.
Yeah?
I'd say. Well, actually, I don't know. It really depends because I am very private. So I think with hosting as well, you have to kind of draw a line of how much you're going to put yourself out there. I don't want the criticism.
I went and watched a lot of your stuff, okay? I don't see where anyone would criticize.
Thank you.
I mean, you would have a high Yelp review if you were a place, okay? No, I'm being serious.
Thank you.
So I don't understand that when you're really good. And I can understand, like, you know, Michael Jordan, right?
Right.
Pretty public person. You could find him almost any time, even to this day, right? People would criticize him, but he's out there. You should not be uncomfortable,
right?
Because you are pretty impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you have 2 Emmys to prove it too.
Yes.
Okay. So when somebody wants to be a host, not in the acting industry, what do they have to do differently?
Hosting, you definitely have to be comfortable with yourself. I think definitely take the classes, do the study.
Took classes?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't take any classes. Boot camps, all of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about hosting classes.
Hosting is not for me. It's just it really comes really naturally. But the hosting classes, you literally they critique you. So if you say, "Hey guys," oh, this thing is not good. So if
what is that? Oh, with your hands?
Yeah.
Because I see people do this, right?
I forget what they call this, but it's not good.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
okay.
Bad,
well, how should you do your hands then? I'm just kind of
I do this.
Yeah? Because you have nice nails, you're ready to go. I get it all. Okay. So right now what we're doing body stance, basically. Okay. And when you're hosting, are you standing or sitting, or when you're talking, I mean, is there a certain, like, perfect for that person? Do they identify that inside your hosting classes?
Well, no. I mean, it really depends on the situation. Producing is really where my passion is now.
I get it, but I want to go with this hosting first, okay? And the reason why is because when you walked in, you were insanely approachable, okay? And I think that's probably one of the first criteria is to be really approachable, right? Where you go, oh, that's a comfortable person. I want to know them.
Right.
That's you. You could never...
I'm a happy person.
You're a happy person, right? Like, remember Morton Downey Jr.? Do you remember him? He's coming back. He is, you almost don't want to be around him, and he's a host. And I was always shocked in how he could be a host.
Really?
Because he wasn't approachable.
Right.
So hosting has led you into producing.
Yes.
Explain producing.
It's creating. Producing is. And from concept, and then literally I would create, so if, for example, my shows, that I can talk about. So what I would do is come up with a concept for a show, and my shows are mostly travel-based.
The best shows on the planet, food and travel, you can, right, either or.
I do a lot of bucket list experiences. So basically I just go on Pinterest, find the most amazing photos I see, and then I say, I want to go there. So then I do all of the research on the thing that's nice about what I would do. It's not just traveling to a country. I get to know the country inside and out because I'm going to write a 30-minute show about it.
See, what I love is you're not a selfish traveler. So when people go traveling and they don't take pictures, it's like, why did you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh, because I wanted to be in the moment. Well, you could have taken some pictures for everybody else to be in the moment with you. Yeah. You're out there capturing the moments for people. You have a bigger responsibility than just being a host.
Yes.
Right?
It's a vicarious escape for my viewers and my followers.
Can you make money doing that?
Doing what?
Being a host and producing travel shows.
Money is not my motivation.
But you understand why I'm asking,
Yes.
because people are listening right now thinking, hey, I like what she's saying.
Right.
I want to do it. Is that what it is, or is there more around that to actually make a living doing that?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a career for
It
sure.
is.
I was employed by a TV network the past 5 years. So I had an 8 to 5 job. I was in the office every single day, and then we'd go out on the shoots.
8 to 5. But this is not really what you are an adventurer.
Yeah.
That's what you are. You're after a journey. And you had a unique journey that started in 2009, I believe, right? Your journey was you kind of picked up and left everything you had to move to an alien environment.
Yes.
Where'd you go from to?
I think that's what made me such a private person.
Why?
Because it was such a culture shock. I left Los Angeles. I was here for 9 years. Moved to the mountains of North Carolina.
We're talking about Appalachia, right?
Yeah, on top of a mountain, 2 hours to get to the airport. I mean, I was stranded. I was isolated.
Why?
Why? That's a good question. I think at the time I was looking for something consistent. I was acting, hosting, but not that consistent. I do very well on a schedule and very busy. I like being busy. So I got the job offer and I just thought, why not?
Did you like it?
I lost my spirit a little bit there.
Oh, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your bio, and I have noticed that you're always actually in front of the camera. Do you really always want to be in front of the camera, or do you want the camera around you, to where when you become the story, the camera follows you? Let me give you an example, and I'm not picking on him specifically, but Donald Trump.
Right.
The camera follows him, right? And he literally is the story.
Right.
Have you ever thought about saying, hey, I am going to become the story? People would follow you. This happens on YouTube all the time.
Yes.
Would you be comfortable or uncomfortable in that situation?
I'm really comfortable with my Snapchat.
Snapchat now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look 13?
I know, right? It's a great tool to have. And the thing that's interesting is I Snapchat in my bathrobe.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so you must have a lot of people following you. Where do they go to find you on Snapchat?
It's Miss Cindrich.
Okay, so I just got to make sure. You got Snapchat, Instagram. Okay, those are very public type of environments.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Twitter?
Yes.
Very public environments. But you say you're a private person.
Well, you should see what I post.
Like, what do you post?
I think there's a quote out there that's something about private people have mastered the art of people think they know them without knowing their personal info. Yeah.
I think every host knows that, don't they?
Yeah.
By the time they're hanging out with you for a half hour, they think you're the coolest person in the world, and you realize they don't know anything about you.
I don't know anything. Yeah.
Right?
And that's what's great about it. Yeah.
I get it. I know where you're at on this one.
Yeah.
So I want to go back now to Appalachia. You're doing a gig out there. That's why you moved there. What were you doing there?
I was the only news anchor in 12 counties.
Really?
Yes, but I was a one-woman team, so that's where I actually learned how to do everything.
Everything.
Produce, I was hosting, writing, the news anchor, sports reporter, literally everything.
Christina, wait, go back. You get this job. The job detailed said, you're going to basically do everything, move to Appalachia.
Yeah.
You said, yeah, I'm going to do it. Did you realize that's overwhelming?
Yes.
Right?
I think the idea of it, I'm adventurous, and the idea of
right.
it excited me.
You
so,
lion.
Yeah.
So as this lion's out there, when was that point where you go, you know what, this is not me, or it's sucking me dry, or I'm not growing? It sounds like you were growing because you were learning everything.
Well, growing and physically, I gained 12 pounds.
You did?
And that was like, I went home after 2 blizzards, 3 ice storms, went and saw my parents in March after I had been there for 8 months. And my mom said, it's time. You have to leave.
Biscuits and gravy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Grits.
Yes, the
Yeah.
corn with feta.
Oh, I don't know about that. Corn with
yes,
feta.
there was this place that had the best corn.
Oh, see, I'm a Cracker Barrel person when I go out east. It's like,
Yeah.
where's a Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
I get it. So it wasn't just you. It was family. It was probably telling you it's time to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be a permanent move. I knew it would be temporary.
Was it tough saying, all right, I'm going to leave this?
Yes, I left LA. I left a wonderful life.
But the other way around, too. Leaving that job that you had out there, you were the center of all these people's lives.
Yes. Change is scary, too, going through a change. But something about it excites me. I love changing my scenery. That's why I travel so much.
You potentially might be leaving the country.
Yeah.
So didn't learn from the other lesson of going, I'm just kind of curious right now.
I'm wondering.
I feel like your therapist right now.
I know. I wonder how I would be if I actually would move to Asia, how I would be coming back after that experience. I probably won't even talk. I'll just be
I'm
mute.
thinking, well, this is what's different, okay? Since you are going to go potentially, okay, you have a lot of great communication platforms, you know, FaceTime and things like that. So talking back and forth to home, it almost makes home seem really close.
Yeah.
Right? Social media, now you've built that up to where you have a lot of fans. It's kind of like that extended family, right?
For sure.
And maybe they could be part of your adventure to where they tell you to check things out and see things. So
Right.
now you have a different audience that's part of your journey as opposed to you curating your journey. They're helping you do it.
Absolutely.
Right? That
Yeah.
might be cooler, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about winning an Emmy. What's that like?
Oh, it was amazing. It's such an honor, you know, after being in the mountains and then moving to a TV network that was based in San Diego. I was there for 5 years. First, I was nominated 1 year, did not win.
Which was cool, right?
It was cool.
It's like, wow.
For sure. But that's like what they say, oh, it's an honor to be nominated. I mean, you want to win the Emmy.
Of course you do, right?
And then the second year, I was not nominated. And then the third year, I was nominated twice in the same category against myself and then against some
What do you
amazing...
mean against yourself?
I was nominated twice, so
No,
two different shows.
So you knew we were going to win probably
No, one other guy that was in my one other team was in the category.
and they won that.
No, that's the year I won.
So you did win, right?
Yeah.
And you knew when you got it, you deserved it. You
Yes.
probably deserved it the first time too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the most rewarding things is having people say you deserve it because they know just what I've gone through.
But you know that you do good
Oh,
work.
yes.
You know that I'm looking at you, probably a perfectionist.
Beyond.
Right.
I'm a Virgo.
Okay. As you as you go through this, and when you don't get that respect of, I deserve this, without asking for it, because you never want to ask for respect.
Right.
You want to earn it, right?
Right.
You must have gotten frustrated in the past where you see other people win things and they didn't give you that acknowledgement. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've never really compared my journey to anyone else's or my accomplishments.
But stuff that you worked on, products that you worked on, shows you worked on, you probably looked at it and said, mine's better than theirs. Why aren't they seeing it that way? No?
I mean, I always have believed in mine. I kind of knew that that moment would come. I've always believed.
So I'm looking at you. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I see you being very friendly and open. Why go to another continent to rediscover yourself when I think there's so much going on in this?
Yeah, I think I just want to work. I want to be put in a situation where I'm working nonstop. And here it's a little different. I've been freelancing since I moved back to
So if you
LA.
can work all the time, would you stay here?
Yeah.
Have you looked at YouTube?
Well, that's been part of the plan lately. So I
Yeah?
just got back from Kauai last week. Then I was in Cayman Islands two or three
Travel
weeks ago.
shows again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so basically, and I'm doing it all on my own. So I was kind of starting my own production company. And
Wow.
I'd like to put them up on YouTube. So vlogging, that's the
I
new
kind
thing.
of think you should change what you're doing. Instead of going to all these amazing places,
Yeah.
go to horrible places and find the amazing side of those horrible
That's
places.
a great idea.
But find a place in Detroit that actually is
Right.
unbelievable that you don't know about.
Like go find some cool street art. That would be my
I'd
thing.
watch that, right?
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
enough Kauai shows. So I think maybe there's a different
Right.
journey to where, hey, I am going to find beauty in things that don't look beautiful.
Right. I think one of the things, though, I mean, let's face it, going to private islands is fun.
Yeah, of course it is.
I wouldn't mind just continuing.
Yeah, okay.
But I know, for sure, switch it
Yeah.
up a little bit, yeah.
But I'm looking at you, you're adventurous, right? And I
Yes.
think that your type of personality is when you find something that nobody else does and you start sharing it with everybody else, you get more reward by being the discoverer of it.
Well, a lot of my shows were bucket list experiences.
What's the craziest bucket list thing you've done?
I was swimming at the edge of Victoria Falls
Oh,
in Zambia.
I love it. In Zambia, yeah.
In the
you
Devil's
did. The little
Pool.
pool. Yes, that's pretty cool.
That one, I've slept with lions.
But you realize that, I think you and I probably have done a lot of the same. I would rather see you do some crazier stuff and find something cool in Detroit.
Right.
Or in an area that most people wouldn't go to, because you would find something that would be
Yes.
cool.
I
And you
love
can
that idea.
transform that community. You can be the catalyst behind that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
I want your new
idea.
show. Can you
Okay.
and it'll get sponsored.
Okay, and do you have the hookup for the network?
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
Or YouTube?
Do you know, I got the deal on that one. It's done. What do you think about the whole YouTube thing? As you know, you're coming from traditional television.
Yes.
You know what it takes to make a TV show. You know all the work. and you see somebody that's on YouTube and they use a camera that's probably 120 bucks
Yep.
and they have 1 million views.
Yeah.
What's your thought about that? Is that exciting to you or is that frustrating?
So I ended up going and getting all my own equipment. I'm used to having a camera crew. I went to this great little shop in Hollywood, got the camera, got the gimbal, which is like a hand, you know, smooth it
Yeah.
out, have my camera bag, and I go to Cayman, and I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to set up my...
Totally by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Got it?
I ended up just pulling out my iPhone, and I was told that that makes it much more relatable when you're just kind of walking around with the, you know. So I did that throughout Kauai. It is like Snapchat, and then you just put it into a long video.
Are you in a robe the whole time?
No, I'm in a bikini.
That's
but-
Snapchat. Okay, the bikini thing then, okay, I get it. So as you look at other TV content right now, are you drawn to the Vice stuff that's on, you're seeing on television, the YouTube stuff, or is it normal, traditional type long play stuff? What are you getting excited about?
You know, reality is so huge right now, and it just doesn't excite me.
It doesn't.
No.
There's no reality shows where you go, yeah, that's it.
As far as what I would want to produce.
Oh, right, okay, got it. But is there
Yeah.
any shows that you like that are unscripted that you're into?
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah?
That's my show.
That's what are you like that?
Impractical Jokers?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's 4 guys from New York.
I've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it now. So what do you think then, a year from now, you and I are hanging out here? Do you think Asia was part of the plan and it happened? Or do you think something else popped up in front of you and it changed your course?
You know, Asia's would be very temporary as well. So
A year?
I think, no. I'm
little longer,
I'm
right?
trying to get it down to 3 months.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay, then you got to do it then.
Right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you were saying I'd still be connected to my family and all, but the Wi-Fi, that was one of the things they said.
Where you're going, absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's.
And even to get equipment, you know, they send people to Hong Kong, or you bring it
So
from
you have
here.
resources.
Yes.
Do it for 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like for a 5-year
Well,
appellation.
they wanted 6 months, so
Oh,
I'm
but-
trying to bring it down to 3.
No, even 6 months is okay. It's a
Yeah.
fun area, and your tan will look great out there too.
Yeah.
People want to hunt you down. You want them to go to Snapchat? Really? That's.
No, I mean, no, Snapchat I don't really publicly promote because I get to still be myself
Where
on
should
it.
we go to hang out with you then online? Where do you want us to find you?
Instagram.
Yep.
Yes.
Again, where is it?
Miss Cindrich.